Hello students, welcome back to my class. So today's topic we are going to discuss about database backup. So data, as you already know, it's very essential and important information that is available in our application. Every application will have data, and it is very crucial that this data is always available for access, as well as it is consistent, that it is correct always. It has to be ensured. So in order to make it available always, so database administrator keeps a backup of this data periodically. He sets a time period for every, maybe probably an every day or every week, depending on the number of transactions, and prepares a backup file. Okay, so this backup file is restored in case of any database failure. This restored database will ensure that a smooth flow is possible with your application transactions without any hindrance, and also the database or the data is restored back to the original form before the particular database failure, has occurred. So basically, we can see that there are three ways a database failure can occur. Okay, let us talk about the first one, that is a transaction failure. In a transaction failure, these are like in the simple insert and update or delete statements which are executed while a particular record is being added or a transaction is being done. A user and entering his marks or entering his details, or a train ticket being booked, such kind of activities result in a transaction which might be a series of insert or updation statements. This transaction can sometimes result in a failure and the data becomes inconsistent. At this point of time, the DBA will check if there is an inconsistency and probable actions are taken to restore back the original functional state of the database. So next cause of database failure is system crash. A system crash is nothing but a hardware failure. Sometimes it could be an operating system failure. So hardware, of course, our computer has many components, and we also know that the CPU is the heart of a computer. If there is any problem internally, issues, then the system could crash and it could result in non-functioning of your applications, and even the data can be lost because of corrupt operating system. So even at this point, the DBA will restore the database backup file. So next one is the database or the disk failure. Our database is stored on a secondary storage device so that the database can always be, since it is very huge, there is a size when the memory constraint is not there. So when the disk reader, the particular reader, which is a pointer like thing, which keeps on circulating, on the magnetic disks inside the disk, the disk with the storage device. So if there is a problem with the reader, the data will not be able to display on the application. The disk also might be sometimes corrupt. The tracks and the sectors inside the disk can be corrupted, maybe because of worn out or maybe because of any other reasons. So all these three reasons are the sources through which we can get a database failure. And in order to overcome these scenarios, a database backup is taken, and on occurring of this, the restore process is initiated to have a consistent database. So let us understand what are the levels of database backups that are done. So the first level is a full backup. A full backup, as the name says, it's a complete backup of the database from the first transaction till the last transaction of the just before the backup is being taken. So generally it is like a periodically taken backup. So next one is a differential backup. A differential backup is the backup of the transactions which are recorded before, like after the backup has been taken. The last backup has been taken. Say for example, I have taken a backup 2 days ago. So a transactional backup file will contain the day after the backup till the day I am taking another backup. So this will contain only the difference records or the latest records which are added to the DB. So for this kind of backup, we need the entire transactions or the entire backup files in case the complete database is failed. Next one is a transaction log backup. So transaction log is maintained internally by the DBMS, either by the Oracle DBMS or any other DBMS, maintains an internal transaction log, which is nothing but all the transactions, whatever inserts, deletes and update transactions, whatever are occurring on the DB are recorded in a log. Okay, this log will be used to restore the database backup file to its consistent state in case of any failure or any kind of request from the DBA. So these are the levels of database backup. So today's topic is about DB backup, and we have seen what are the sources of a disk failure, and also we have seen about the levels of database backup. I hope you have understood today's class. If you have any doubts, let me know through my WhatsApp.